Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fine. Today I'm going to start with a new chapter, that is industries. I hope you are very familiar with the term industries. So just to make you understand what industry means, industry refers to an economic activity that is concerned with production of goods, extraction of minerals, or the provision of services. Thus, we have iron and steel industry, production of goods, coal mining industry, extraction of coal, and tourism industry, service provider.
So, industries can be understood as any economic activity that is focused with the production of goods, products, extraction of minerals, and providing services. So, example of production of goods like iron and steel industries, coal mining industry is extraction of coal, and tourism industries are service providers.
Let us understand what is the classification of industry. Industries can be classified on the basis of raw material, size and ownership. So we can classify industry on the basis of three criteria. First criteria is raw material, second is size and ownership.
Industries are classified on the basis of raw material, size, and ownership. On the basis of raw materials, industries are further classified into agrobase industries, mineral based industries, marine based industries, forest based industries. On the basis of size, industries are further classified into large scale industries and small scale industries. On the basis of ownership, industries are classified into four: private sector industries, joint sector industries, cooperative sector industries, and public sector industries. Now, let us understand all these industries in detail. On the basis of raw materials, industries are classified as agro based, mineral based, marine based, and forest based industries depending on the type of raw materials. First is agro-based industries. Agro-based industries are those industries which use plants and animals as a raw material, and these industries make the product out of these raw material. Food processing, vegetable oil, cotton textile are the examples of agro-based industries. When we talk about mineral based industries, these industries are primary industries that use mineral ores as their raw materials. So, in mineral based industries, these industries use ores of metal as raw material, and after purifying, through the process of purification and separation of metal from its ore, it converts those metals into a useful product, and based on these products, the further industries are dependent. The products of these industries feed other industries. Iron made from iron ore is the product of mineral based industries. So, the other industries are going to use iron and they are dependent on mineral based industries. Now, the next one is marine based industries. These industries use products from sea and oceans as raw material. Industries processing seafood or manufacturing fish oil are some examples. And under the classification of raw material, next is forest based industries, which is classified depending on the type of raw material. So, when we talk about forest based industries, these industries utilize forest produce as raw materials, and these industries make pulp and paper, pharmaceuticals, furniture, and buildings. So these industries use forest products and forest raw materials and convert into the useful products. Industries are classified on the basis of size. It refers to the amount of capital invested, number of people employed, and the volume of production. When we talk about the size of our industry, it could be understood like how much amount is being invested in that industry, how many people are working in that industry, and what is the amount or the volume of production that company or that industry is making. Based on size, industries can be classified into small scale and large scale industries. When we talk about the small scale industries, these industries are the industries where the productions are manufactured by hand. Many artists are involved in that. Basket weaving, pottery, and other handicrafts are example of cottage industries. Small scale industries use less amount, less technology as compared to large scale industries. Large scale industries needs a large amount of investment, more number of employment or employees, or more number of production. The production is higher in comparing to the small scale industries. On the basis of ownership, industries can be classified into private sector, state owned or public sector, joint sector, and cooperative sector. Private sector industries are owned and operated by individuals or group of individuals. From the name itself, it means private, that means it belongs to an individual or group of people. Whereas opposite of private is public sector. Public sector industries are owned and operated by the government. Next is joint sector industry. These industries are owned and operated by the state and individuals or a group of individuals. Maruti Udyog Limited is an example of joint sector industry. When we talk about the cooperative sector industries, these are the industries owned and operated by the producer or suppliers of the raw material. That means whosoever is providing the raw material to these industries are owned and operated or by the workers or both. Anand Milk Union Limited and Sudha Dairy are a success stories of cooperative venture. I hope you were able to understand what is the meaning of industries and classification of industries.